You're watching Mirror 7 News. Stay informed, stay ahead for more news.
Nepal has been going through one of the most turbulent moments in its recent history. Streets across Kathmandu and other cities have been filled with young protesters, many of them part of Generation Z, who have been voicing frustration and anger over corruption, inequality, and the widening gap between political elites and ordinary citizens. What started as online conversations about Nepo kids, the children of politicians flaunting lavish lifestyles on social media, quickly transformed into a nationwide uprising. The protests were not sparked overnight. For years, resentment had been building against leaders accused of using power for personal gain, while the country struggled with unemployment, rising costs, and weak infrastructure. But once photos and videos of politicians, children vacationing abroad, driving luxury cars, and enjoying privilege went viral, the anger of ordinary Nepalis boiled over. Many young people felt that their future had been stolen, and their protests became a way to reclaim some sense of dignity and justice. What followed was the largest wave of unrest in decades. Government buildings were set on fire, streets were blocked, and chants demanding change echoed through the capital. The response from security forces was swift and often brutal. Tear gas, rubber bullets, and heavy military presence were seen across protest zones. Despite these crackdowns, demonstrators kept gathering, determined to be heard. Tragically, the clashes turned deadly. Reports confirmed that around 30 people had lost their lives, while more than 1,000 others had been injured. As the days passed, the pressure on the government became impossible to ignore. Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli, already a polarizing figure, faced calls for his resignation from every corner. His administration was accused of being detached from the struggles of ordinary Nepalis and unwilling to tackle corruption that had eroded trust in the system. Finally, overwhelmed by the scale of the unrest and unable to restore calm, the Prime Minister stepped down. The resignation was seen as a symbolic victory for Nepal's youth. For many, it marked the first time their collective voice had directly changed the course of politics. Yet the mood remains cautious. While the immediate demand, the removal of Oli, has been met, the bigger questions about what comes next are still unanswered. Can a new leadership rise that is free from entrenched corruption? Will the anger of Generation Z be transformed into long-term political participation and reform? For now, Nepal stands at a crossroads. The protests have revealed both the fragility of its political system and the growing power of a new generation that refuses to remain silent. The energy on the streets of Kathmandu has shown that change is no longer a distant dream. It is being demanded, loudly and persistently, by the very people who will shape the country's future. Stay subscribed for more videos.